Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Here and Now. Welcome to 10 at 10, coming at you Monday through Friday at around 10 a.m. for around 10 minutes or more. It's been a bonus pretty much every day this week, bonus minutes. It's really good to be with you. I'm really enjoying sharing on a consistent basis, kind of a new blossoming of community that's happening. It's fun. It's fun. It's a real treat and an honor and a privilege to be sharing these precious minutes with you in the timeless now. So, shared a bit about relationships and how to create the relationships that feel most aligned in your deepest sense of meaning, purpose, inspiration, the deepest call of your heart, and how to manifest that in your life the last couple days. So check that out. All the archives are available for you. Welcome, Phyllis, Martha, Bobby. You can share where you're from when you're entering. It's really good to see you, MH. So today, I want to get into talking about failure. Right, facing failure, and it ties into a lot of different themes that we've discussed earlier in the week. I mean, all these things are interrelated, interconnected, really, which is what's so amazing and beautiful, and at a certain point, simple about it. Hi, Jenny. So, the thing about failure, there's two things that come to mind to me about failure. One is, I think failure is a really good thing, because if you don't fail, and if you don't fail fairly often and frequently, it means that you're not trying, you're not pushing yourself, you're not putting yourself in a vulnerable position, you're not living with courage, you're not living with bravery, right? You're not stretching yourself, you're not putting yourself beyond your comfort zone. If you're always living inside the tiny little comfort zone, then you don't fail. You always succeed because you're just doing what the habitual patterns that have been familiar to you, right? But to fail means you're stretching yourself. You're pushing yourself beyond the limits, beyond the comfort zone, beyond the space of familiarity. So I view failure as actually a positive. I find that the people that succeed the most, the people who grow the most, the people who evolve the most, the people who are really stepping into their authentic power the most, are the people who also fail the most. And they're continually failing and learning, failing and learning, failing and learning, making mistakes and learning, making mistakes and learning, making mistakes and learning. So that's the essence of how it works. That's the people who are the evolving in their consciousness, growing in their consciousness, awakening spiritually, are failing a lot. Right? And maybe you don't see that on Facebook. Maybe you don't see that on, everyone wants to put their best face forward on Facebook, right? So maybe you don't see the moments where people are failing, the moments where people are not sure of the way forward, or the moments where people are have made mistakes. But that is the kind of the calling card, or the mark of anybody who's had great successes, right? And you can look at that in any avenue of life, and you see that same trait. So the other point to make in regards to failure is, when people fail, they tend to attach and identify to that as saying something about themselves, or meaning something about themselves. So there's a difference between, I tried to hit a baseball and I failed, as I am a failure. Right? Or I tried to shoot a basketball through a hoop and I missed it, as opposed to I am a failure, right? Or I asked a woman or a man out on a date and they said no, I am a failure, right? So there's no attachment identification needed about what you are or who you are based on what's happening externally. So, we have a request, there's a desire to do, there's something that we want to do, and maybe the first time it happens or doesn't happen, maybe the second time it happens or doesn't happen, and we're continually fine-tuning as we move through the contrast to get clear on what is the way. It's like everything is like a math problem. Everything is like an equation, and it's sort of like the answer, and now you just have to figure out the equation and the problem, and then it all fits together perfectly and beautifully, right? So we're feeling into what is the perfect equation to hit a baseball. What's the perfect equation to shoot that ball through the hoop, right? And you're learning and you're practicing, but what does it mean about you? What does it mean about you, the essence of who you really are? Nothing. 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 And it has to work the other way too. When you have the great success, when you hit the home run, when you shoot the ball and it goes right through the hoop, what does it mean about you? Nothing. Right? So this is living beyond attachment identification with the ego. And when you live beyond attachment identification with the ego, when you realize who you really are, then you can move through these moments, these days of success and failure, in a way that has a neutrality to it, a way that has a groundedness to it, a way that has a depth of inner peace to it, a way that has a depth of self-love to it, a way that has a sense of freedom to it that transcends the temporary conditions, that moves through and transcends the temporary conditions. So you can move through failure and success without it attaching and identifying to who you are as a person, right? You are the boundless, infinite essence. You are the timeless, boundless, infinite essence, regardless of any success or failure. And that frees you up to live more courageously, to live more bravely, to live more vulnerably, right? From your heart, and actualize who you are to be in this world. So good to see all of you here. There's links in the comment section to stay connected. Thanks to those of you who gave me donations yesterday for sharing here. Welcome, Mary. Welcome, Jennifer. And have a beautiful weekend. And I'll see you here on Monday.